copy this really quick. I'm curious what would happen if I made the grass this wind shader. Would it blow slightly in the wind? That might be interesting. Let's try it. Let's paste it. Whoa. Got screwed up. One sec here. Hey guys. Hope everybody's doing well during the COVID-19. It feels weird being able to say COVID-19. Apparently you're allowed to say it now on YouTube. We'll see if it actually gets me demonetized. COVID-19. Apparently I can say it now. But seriously, I hope everybody's doing well. I know that a lot of us are getting really stir crazy. So let's hang out during this live stream. Have a good time. Sorry I haven't been working much these past couple days. I guess it was only Monday and Tuesday. Well, today is Tuesday, isn't it? I'll turn on my mic. Sorry about that. Check 1 2 1. Check it. 1 2 1 2. Hello, Eric from Indonesia. How are you? Okay. Today is going to be a fun day. Basically, we're going to take some code that we've already written, and we're just going to use it. Or fix it. It's not really working right now, and that's okay. All I got to do is jump into my startup, and I have this thing called a build cursor, all right? And let's see here. Well, Cracker Jacks. Where's my build graphic? Camera pointer. Huh. I have this thing called a build cursor. There's build preview right there. Okay. This build cursor has a script on it called Snapper, and it's going to allow us to build stuff based on what it's touching, okay? So there's a bunch of stuff here that we don't need. I'm going to just remove all this. I don't need that. This junk. And let's see here. One sec, guys. Let me move this over for you. Hey, David and Tyro and Marco and Awesome Sauce. Hope everybody's doing well today. So basically what we're going to do is there's a line of code here that basically says if I'm touching a terrain object, then I can build blocks on this island. Now, let's see here. And I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Touching terrain. Okay. So I have two variables here one called touching terrain and one called touching box collider. This isn't really relevant anymore because we're not using the terrain component in our game anymore. We decided against using the terrain component. Rather, we're going to be using a mesh collider. So let's look for where touching terrain is being set. Oh my goodness. It is slow today. What is going on? Whoa! Hello. There we go. So 1, 2. Oh my goodness. It's being set somewhere. My goodness. Okay, it's occurring in a script called build preview. Okay, there it is. If other.component get component terrain and other.get component is not a box collider. So we're going to change this terrain to mesh collider, okay? Because our terrain now is using actual Blender game objects. Our Blender, models. And those models now have mesh colliders on them. I'm fine with the variable being called touching terrain. That's totally fine because it is terrain. It's just not the component terrain. So I think that was all I needed to change. So let's double check and see if this actually looks, allows me to build stuff on my terrain, which is just this giant island here with you'll see here, a mesh collider on it. So let's save this and press play. Okay, let's see here. There it is. Oh, good, I can build. Awesome. Sometimes I can't, though. That's odd. Huh. I think it's because it's touching the grass, and it's like, I don't want to touch that grass, right? So obviously, the blocks do not match the style of the game. That's okay, though, just as long as it works. I'm okay. We also need these blocks to be ignoring the grass, okay? So let's double check our physics. Oh. I'm so sorry. I like to think that burping is funny. I know it's not. I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. So we need to make sure that our physics. Yeah, let's go to project settings. Physics. Actually, let me hit play. I'm trying to figure out what those are actually called, or what layer or tag they're part of. So let's double check here. Okay, so let's double check. We're pausing it, and let's go over here. And the reason I'm checking in play mode is because I'm not sure if I'm actually setting the layer later in an update or something. Contains preview mesh? No. It's just set to default. So I think the grass here, we need to set this grass to be a transparent object, okay? So as you can see, it's got a box collider, and it's a trigger. So we're just going to change this to a transparent effect, and hopefully that works okay, because you'll remember that when you touch this grass, hold on one sec here. This is kind of problematic, isn't it? It's a box collider, that's why. So if we go to our, and other.get component box collider, and it does not contain a box collider. Okay. So I think that's what's happening here. All right. So sorry. So the issue is it's saying if there's a mesh collider, but if it's not touching a box collider, well, as you can see, we've got a problem here because sometimes things are going to be a box collider. So, I'm confused. I mean, let's just go to our project settings and see if we can get these physics. I know you can't see it here, but I'm looking at my physics collision matrix, and there is a transparent effect. I don't really want it to, I don't want default to be able to touch the transparent effect. So let's disable that and see if it works. It's probably not, guys, but let's hit play. And there's two things we're trying to do here. We want it to be able to build, even if it's touching transparent effects, but we also want the player to be able to affect the grass as well. And it looks like he is, so that's good. Look, I can't do it because it's touching. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. I don't see why I need this at all, to be honest. So let's just delete it and see what happens. It's touching the terrain, so we're good. Okay, well, let's jump into play mode here. I love Animal Crossing. You know, this quarantine has not been a good thing for humanity at all, but I'm going to miss certain aspects of it, including playing Animal Crossing with my wife and also our friends. They play on we play live with them, and we'll turn on FaceTime and we'll play with our friends, and it's just special, I guess. Look, I can't do it. Why is that? Let's take a look. Let's go to our player here. Building. Sorry, guys. I should know this because I made the game, but I don't really remember what's happening. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I could build high, though. I could build real high. Burn, 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 burn. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of things that are broken. I can't even touch these walls. Oh no, it worked. That's good. Good news all around. And it drops coins, which those coins, the shader is wrong too. Man, I got a lot of stuff to fix. Oh boy. Also, look at the shadow on there. That's awful. Man. So, what was our original problem? What are we working on? Oh yeah, I can't build right there for some reason. Cracker Jacks. Well, let's take a look here. In our player script, which is where we actually do the building, if touching box collider or touching terrain, start the coroutine build item. Okay? Okay, let's go to our snapper here. Our snapper is the cursor essentially. And that snapper, where are you, buddy? Build cursor, okay. The build cursor has a script on it called snapper. And there are two variables there on the right side, touching terrain and touching box collider. Okay? And you can see that it's touching the terrain, but I can't build for some reason. So let's take a look at it's getting past this if statement, but it's not, something's happening in this start coroutine. So let's go down to it. It's called build item. Huh. So it's playing this error sound for some reason. Why? Huh. So it's playing this error sound for some reason. Oh my goodness. Well, let's debug here. Debug, what I like to do is just write debug.log. Happened here. And then one more. We'll do copy, and then we're going to go to that error build sound. So basically, we're just looking, okay, there's that error sound. Why is that error sound happening? So let's do it right here as well. Happened here too. And then we can figure out where it's happening and then figure out why the conditions are not being met. Or in this case, why the conditions are being met to play this error sound. Does that make sense? I hope so, because I can't think of a better way to explain what the heck is happening right now. So let's exit play mode here after the script compiles. And we'll go from here. All right, so you guys can't see the console window, but I'm taking a look to see where those error sounds are happening. Happened here too. Okay, it's all happening on happened here too. So it's right here. These conditions are actually being met, which is if build preview dot array switch object exists, or the material inventory amount is smaller than or equal to 0. What? I think it's this array switch object, which I don't need that because that's an old system. So we're going to delete that, and hopefully, hey now, hopefully everything will work. Y'all ready? And while we're at it, well, we'll just do it in play mode. I was going to say we can change the materials of this brick here, but we're going to do that in just a bit. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so this is our stone. See that? Look how beautiful this is, guys. All right. So, you know, if we don't like this, we can just shoot it. So you could notice that sometimes the balls we created that stick to things, they're not sticking. They'll pass through the stone, which kind of sucks, right? Let's collect those coins again. And these trees aren't destructible, which is fine. We're going to need to set that up. But let's just practice here and see how everything works out. Okay, so we're getting another bug. What is that? Huh, I can't build because it's like touching that. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? It's snapping to the tree, I see. Okay. We don't want that. No, it's not. I can't do it. Can I do it right here? I still can't do it. Okay. What? So it's definitely this material inventory amount. Apparently material inventory amount is set to 0. I don't know what material inventory amount means. I don't even know what this variable is. So I should, because Cracker Jacks. I should. Oh! I think I know why. It's because, oh crap. This is convoluted. Oh no. Okay. So basically it's looking for what's my selected material and how many materials do I actually have. But for some reason that when I'm touching the grass, it gets confused. Why? That's odd. Dude, I just figured it out. Thomas. It has nothing to do whether it was touching the grass. It's working as intended. Oh, I'm such an idiot. It's because I run out of ammo. So I don't have enough build materials. So we're fine. Everything's fine. See, this is the problem with not commenting out your stuff or leaving comments about what's going on. Good grief. Material inventory amount is how many of a material I have. So goodness gracious, it's working just fine. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. This would be a great little clip for live streaming, which is why it's the title of the video would be why it's important to comment on your code, because you're going to be confused later on, a week later, when you don't know why something isn't working when in reality it is working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my player script here, and in my inventory script I'm going to just give myself, apparently stone is, let's see here. Well, this could be a big problem, guys. I could be wrong here, actually. Because it says I have 10. Well, if I have 10, I should be able to build right here. F. No, Thomas, no. Okay, it's saying happened here. So, guys, I was wrong. I was wrong. We've got a problem. I can't build for some reason. Why? Why? So it... Okay. What is going on? Build preview dot erase which object. If I get rid of that, hit save. Let's try again. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board here. That could be the problem. So let's go back and take a look. So there's certain variables here that I'm confused by. My own variables. So that works. That works. That works. That works. That works. Can I build on this stone? I don't really want to be able to do that, but I guess I can. Oh well. It's kind of cool, but okay. Now I ran out of ammo for this brick stuff. So, point being, one, I needed to get rid of that variable because it was irrelevant to this version of the game. Second was, I ran out of ammo. So I was correct on both sides. So Thomas was correct on both fronts. Sides. I just said that. We're good. All right, guys, you ready to change this material? So this material is the, let's see here. This material is currently set to brick. So I need to figure out, brick isn't really gonna be a thing. Really, it's gonna be stone. There's no brick in this game. It's just stone. So I'm gonna change that to stone and remove that one, this element 3 here. And stucco, I don't really need, wood and stone are all I've got right now. So I'm not gonna worry too much about this. So let's just make this stone. And we'll change the texture to stone for now. It's not gonna be that, and wood. Those are our only 2 materials currently. So let's just do a size of 2, good. We've got 10 wood and 10 stone, that's fine. Get back on there, buddy, what are you doing? And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually change this stone. Yeah. We're gonna change this. We want it, basically last week we put together this whole system where we have swatches, these materials, what I'm calling swatches, because I want to be able to reuse them over and over and over in the game, like I would a vector game, like Flash game or Pinstripe or my game Neversong, which is coming out soon. I want to be able to use swatches where the color is consistently used over and over again. And so I've got this swatch here called stone, so I can just drag that in there. And then I've also got a swatch called, there is no swatch called wood. So I need to create one of those. So now I should be able to just build with that stone swatch. I may need to unwrap or rewrap this in Blender to be, correct, but let's try it out. Yeah, I don't really like it, obviously. Looks like what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to have build materials and then just regular swatches. So, this is gonna be gross, but I think it's the only solution. Because what I don't like is that shine. And that shine looks good on this stone material here, but it doesn't look good here at all. So I might need to do a different one. Man, that sucks, but Cracker Jacks. You guys, what am I gonna do? Because it doesn't look very good, does it? Let's change this material to wood. So that's wood, which is ugly and horrible. Okay, so we're gonna need to get this working. All right, first step. First step is to get it looking pretty. Second step is we're gonna implement it into the code. How's everybody doing in the chat? Hey, Christian DeJager, you're back. Thanks for supporting as usual. You said, hey Thomas, how are you doing today? I'm doing really, really well today. It's been a weird week, rough week, but today's a good day. Or tonight, right now is a good moment, and I'm grateful for this moment to be able to hang out with you guys. Okay. So, what we're gonna do is take this stone material here and wrap it properly to the. Okay, so we have swatches, and then we're gonna have. Here's what we're gonna do. We have a swatches folder, and then we also are going to have a build swatches. Building and then world. So there's gonna be 2 folders: building and world. Buildings and world, okay? No, building, because you're not necessarily going to be building buildings. Sometimes you'll be building bridges. So the swatches for the world are going to be here, And then we're also, hey. No. Correct. I was about to say something and it wasn't correct. So the first problem we need to solve is open up Blender, and what we need to do is open up that wall piece and unwrap it properly to a beautiful looking stone wall, okay? And that doesn't necessarily mean that we need a new texture. The texture we're using is actually kind of cool, which is the stone texture. I'm totally fine using this for the walls. The problem is the material itself doesn't look good when it's on those slabs. So I need to take this material here, which is the stone, and I'm going to call this stone wall, okay? We're going to drag it to building. What's the matter, buddy? Come here. Jebby, are you okay? Come here. Come on. Jebby. Why are you whining, bud? Come on, what's the matter? Come on up. Come on. Come on, Jeb, come. What's the matter? So, watch this. If I go to my slab, is it right here? There it is. Okay. This slab here. If I put on it that material, buddy, what are you doing? Come here. I think he smells something. Sorry, guys. Let's drag this stone wall. There it is. Okay. This does not need certain aspects of the material that this has. See that like shine there? We don't really want that for the wall because look at it. Look. See that? So I'm curious if... Ugh, this is going to get really ugly really fast. What if I turn that off? Why are you crying? What if I do this with a script? What if I go jump to the material and turn off the rim? Like that. Is that possible? And then also, yeah, that might be possible. Let's try it out because I don't necessarily want to be creating all these different materials. The goal is to have a very small set of swatches for my game. And I would recommend you guys do the same for your game. Don't go nuts with all these different materials and all these different materials or shader types and all that. If you're making an indie game, what I've learned is the best thing you can do is have a limited amount of swatches. And it's going to make it look really professional and clean. All right, so let's try this out. Let's place you here, and then you here, and then you here, and then you here. Now, if I go into these actual objects here, what I want to be happening currently, let's turn off our gizmos for now. I don't want to see those shadows. Oh, I saw this shadow, and I literally thought it was a person standing behind me in my chair. Okay, so we're going to need to change the way this unwraps, although it is looping pretty good, isn't it, guys? I don't think I need to change the unwrapping. Huh. Stone is kind of cool looking. Anyway, so we're going to go to our stone here. If I turn off the rim of this individual block here, it turns it off for these as well. If I adjust the shading so that the shadow is white, it's pretty clean, isn't it? So, let's see here. Let's keep building. I definitely don't like seeing the shadows in those cracks at all. I don't like seeing that at all. But let's see here. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Give me just a sec. All right, so I know you can't see me. Got a meeting here in a bit, so I'm just gonna keep the camera off. But hey, what in the world? I can't do it. That's crazy. Oh, I ran out of ammo, that's why. Come on, Thomas. I keep forgetting that. So these shadows in here are fine, I guess. I don't mind them too much. So I think the big thing here is I don't like giving up the... I loved having that rim on there. It was really pretty. See that rim on the stone? I really like it, but I don't like it on these guys. So, what do I do? I want to use the same swatch, but I also don't like that rim on there. And I like the rim on the trees. Well, it's not showing up on the trees anymore. So I don't really use rimming at all anymore. But I should, shouldn't I? You know what? We're not going to worry. I don't think we're going to worry about the rim for now. I think I'm just going to turn it off. And just maybe worry about it later. Because that kind of looks cool, huh? I mean, a little bit. It doesn't look great, though. I wish it was prettier. Well, guys, I think what we're going to need to do is have separate materials. Unfortunately, man, I really don't want to do that. Let me think here. Because I want the stone to kind of look like a stone wall. Right now, it just looks like a mess. Right now, it doesn't look good. I'd rather it look like a stone wall. Okay, we're going to do separate materials. So let's take this here. We're going to do separate materials. Basically, what we have to do is, first off, I want to turn on this rim here. There we go. Basically, what we have to do is we have to have a comparable, like we did here, a comparable material compared to this one. So when you collect this stone, you get added a new stone material, but it's associated with the building folder here. And that's going to look a little bit different than what this looks like, which, you know, kind of sucks. Is there a cleaner way to do this, guys? Is there a cleaner way? I don't know. Ooh, this song's making me tired. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this stone texture here. We're just going to duplicate it, and we're going to call this stone wall. I think a better word is stone. I don't know. Stone wall's fine for now. I'm going to take this, and I'm literally going to do something literally. I keep saying literally today. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take this color here, put it over top, and we're not going to do anything crazy here. We're just going to create basic stone shapes for now, and just put them generic like this. And one here, and then one here, and then one here, and then one here. Just so I can start working on it. We'll make it look pretty later. Okay, so that's our stone wall, right? Okay, we don't need to do anything like that. That's good. So that's our stone wall. And so we go to here, the stone wall building material here. And we're going to take our stone wall, stick it there. And then we're also going to turn off. Yeah, the outline is currently off, so that's good. And now what we're going to do is let's just double check and make sure it's working. So we're going to go to our stone slab. We're going to, or block slab here. Take that, and if I put that material on there, how does it look? Okay, good. It's wrapping okay. So that's all we needed to do there. The material is correct as well. So that's good. Or the shader is correct as well. So that's fine. Okay. So how do we do this? If we go into our player script here, you can see that the build materials inventory, what I want to do is go ahead and add a new variable here, and we're going to call it public material, and we're going to call it build material. So there's a material that you collect, and then there's also a material that you build based on what you collected. So if I collected a bunch of stone rocks, I should be able to technically take those stone rocks and build. Why am I getting an error there? Why is that happening? Oh, I have something called build material. Oh. Cracker Jacks. Material. Sorry, I didn't say the F word. I said forgive me. I said fudge. That's what I said. I said fug. Material. Let me think here. Material for building. That's what I was going to say. I didn't say the F word. Material for building. That's what I was going to say. Material for building. There it is. Stefan says, fix your normals. That should prevent the ugly rim. In your bevel modifier, I don't use a bevel monitor. Enable harden normals. And in your object data, you enable auto smooth normals. I'm not using a bevel modifier, Stefan. Is there a way to do this? Okay, we're going to listen to Stefan like we usually do. Let's go to our Blender. But it doesn't really matter, Stefan, because we're going to be creating a new material anyway. And I don't really want a rim anyway. So I'm not going to do that. But I appreciate it. Material for building. And then material. So there we go. All right. There we go. Good. Get material. This is just my inventory script here. So when we actually build, when the building occurs, we're finding out what the material is that's being placed. Okay, so that's my material. We're going to create a new variable here, and this is called my build material. Okay, so there actually, I think a better word is my source material and then my build material. So there's a source material and then there's a build material, right? Okay, so my source material is here, and that's where we're going to find out how many of that source material we have, and then we're also setting that my source material. But this right here is actually going to be my build material. Does that make sense? Okay. Get source material and get build material. So those are in my inventory script. So we're going to change this to get source material amount. Okay. And then hold on. Let me try this one more time, guys. Give me a sec here. We're not going to call it get source material because that's just getting really messy. So I don't care about this one here. What I care about is the getting the build material. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our get build, our inventory script here, and we're going to change that to, or we're going to duplicate that to, sorry guys, one sec here. My material. I'm sort of backtracking here. There we go. My material. There we go. Okay, so there's going to be a new function we create in our inventory, and it's going to be called get build material. Okay, same as this one here, but it's going to go to my it's going to go to my material for building. There we go. Well, there it is. There it is. All right, good, good, good. So it's going to return the material for actually building, right? And then it's going to actually add that material to, I know none of this is making sense. I'm not being very good today. So, sorry. But it's going to work, I think. All right, I think that's all I needed to do. So let's see here. If we go to my inventory now, there's a source material and then there's a material for building. I should definitely rename these variables. They're very ugly variable names. But let's just make sure it works, okay? So I have stone here. And technically I could put stone in the material for building as well, but I'm going to put stone wall. Now, in material for building for wood, currently we don't have anything. So, actually, we could use bark. That's the source material, is bark. But the material for building, we're going to create a new one called wood wall. And currently, let's just make the texture this for now. Does that make sense, guys? Hopefully that makes sense. So if I go to my inventory now, I can add in the wood wall for the material for actually building walls. So let's take a look and see here. Let's make sure our stone walls are going to be built. So even though my source material is this texture here, if I actually build the wall, it sets it to that. Now we also need to set the preview to be the correct one as well. But you guys get the idea. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, that's not that complicated. I don't think that's too messy. I could be wrong. But for now, I think that's okay. All right. Sweet. So let's go back to our, what was the problem here? The build preview. So if we go to our, snapper script, I think that's it. In the snapper script, which that's the actual cursor we're using to place objects. If you take a look here, update material. Let's take a look here. Huh. I'm trying to figure out where I'm setting this material. Update material. Can I do that? No? Huh. It's the same thing. So it's happening somewhere here. Let's see. The preview for the building the block is happening somewhere, and it's changing the material. I just don't know where it is. So we got to find it. Huh. I don't know what's going on, guys. All right, guys, I got to go. This was fun.